No new friends. No new friends. Football fast. Football. They sleep again. They sleep. We wake them up. Wake up, the champs is in. Champion. We want back ends. Back in. Wipe my sins. Wipe it. Wipe it. They can't win. They can't win. No new friends. No new friends. Football fast. Football. They sleep again. They sleep. We wake them up. Wake up, the champs is in. Yeah, yeah.
Look at the cash coming in. Come get your man, Slim Booker bugging in. Just need a bag, quit all that jaw jackery. Don't even be that, I don't want none of it. He's mad about it, had enough of it. Whoa, watch what you saying, how that poppin' and shaking. Got is a laser, my posse dipping, I raiding. We act a fool for the paper. Had a dream and I made it. El Camino on Dayton's, bitches guess over bait. Put the bread on me. Bet on my bacon, big and flat in the bacon. I might just roll out today. I might just roll out to Vegas, head back to my old ways. Cop a roof for all day. Look at me, baby. Look at me, baby. Don't I look like a million? I'm about to clean out the safe. Don't I look like somebody that just be bodying everything? All that talking is great, but I don't be talking. I air it out. All the problems have gotten easy to bury. I'd rather kiss on my. I've been broke way longer than I've been rich, so until it levels out, I'ma take mama to the Marriott and took me so long to get it, gonna spread it out. Let them know all about me when I'm dead and gone. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the hand, one in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. I'ma need all the fries you can give me, all the hot sauce, all the pie you can give me. Better be all or nothing, don't have me in the middle. You better be all you can. Yeah. Super fly for the Dumbos, plenty slides like a shuffle. Hit the cadence on my young Isaac Hayes, Billy Ocean, about the old with the cane stick. Let my slippers at the function. It's hard to run the Gucci slides. That bet you say you didn't never. I'ma step no. Jackie Chan, no travel. Can't clean it with the beat. Dripping from the. No, not me. I can never be the one you wanna stuff for. Money, that machine. The Ferragamo store. R.I.P. the times that I was broke. After life in 9/11, folks. Matte black, liquor clean. Dead presents in and I'm a local. Cooking up canard. Waiting for the antidote. Running out of time. Pictures dinner, penny hoe.
Never get empty your pockets. I don't do that. You might press me. You do what I tell you. Get over here. He's gonna get nasty.
One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling.
Coach, winter is just around the corner as you get a look at New Era Field just south of Buffalo, New York. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington Redskins and the Buffalo Bills. It's the final 3 weeks of the season, still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll maybe get it back to the 25 here on the first play, but no more than that. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Set! 3-19! 3-19!
On 2nd down, here's Allen. Throw left side complete. That's Wilkins. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39. Back 99, Philly. Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, nice move. And now running right through it. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he hits his target, Deshaun Hamilton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a 1st down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now they'll run it with Cohen. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
This is Cohen. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Leopard! Leopard! Back 99, Philly, here we go!
Allen off the play fake. They'll roll him out right. Now on the run. He'll throw. This is caught inside the 15.
Leopard!
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That goes as a gain of 37 on third down.
No. Check. Patriot. Gun.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Watch him now, Barney. Black 99 Philly, here we go. Watch him now, Barney.
They'll call it. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. And he had a nice play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And, Brandon, remember when the free safety was always back, away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed.
They always that changed in a big way. The way we see it now, they're almost mirrors between the free safety and the strong safety. One will be up, one will be back, or sometimes both will be in the same spot. On that play, the free safety was there, no gain.
2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. And Hauschka's kick is good. And the Bills' opening drive yields 3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to the ground on 1st. It's Geis. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Defensively, Harrison Phillips there to stop him.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. He'll check it down to Geis. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Bridgewater now looking to throw on 1st. Dumps it off for Geis. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now, before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Geis with the carry on second down. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Reed. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. So now on 4th down, the Redskins will hand things over to their kicker, Dustin Hopkins. From the right hash, this from 33. And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So a return of serve, so to speak, here on the second drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own.
I like that. Going a little tennis on me.
I know you. You like to mix it up with sports.
They crack a forehand back out and they get a backhand. What was the return?
It was a backhand.
I like that.
Really good backhand.
With some nice top spin on the whole thing. I love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff.
A minute 57 to go in this first half. Back to Buffalo after this. And now out come the Bills. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got some space here. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
It looks way too easy right now. 2 carries, 2 straight first down runs. The eyes are carrying the legs to the proper hold, but they're being created by an offensive line that has the leverage game going for them right now. Lower than the defensive front, creating space, and he's finding it in a big way. Gotta love what they're doing on offense right now.
Now, Barney, Barney.
On first down, Allen Escaping the pressure right. That was going to let it go deep right sideline. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
To throw again. Allen. He's going to air one out. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
And the drive begins with a run by Geis. Flashed the power, but only able to get to the 10 with it. Up to make the play defensively, Tre'Davious White.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Second down, Bridgewater. Complete. Richardson has it. A gain of 32 that time.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, you start to get those guys creeping up, wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a changeup in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the changeup, and on that play, it worked for big yardage.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Rolling to his right. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. First down, Bridgewater. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Bridgewater now. This is caught, and he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Paul Richardson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Redskins are able to strike for 6. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And here come the Bills. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. Allen
and the Bills now with a 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Check. 53 flight.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Allen looks to throw on second down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. The Bills on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burned the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. The Bills on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. On play action, Allen. Over the middle, complete. It's Wilkins. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Redskins who have the lead here. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. This is fielded a couple yards deep. He's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Bridgewater now on second down. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. From the gun, Bridgewater. Dancing to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out what's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On play action, Allen. That one taken in by the former Bruin, Jordan Lashley. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
Play action. Now it's Allen. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Aaron Lynch in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Gone! 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 Gone!
Now Allen throwing on second down. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
On third and long, it's Allen. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Wilkins. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Bills' passing game getting them down the field. They've got another first down. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hamilton. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Preston Brown able to run him down for a loss of a yard.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. You. Gun. Watch him now, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Gun.
And the blitz does come. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Back now in Buffalo. It's the Redskins with the football and the lead as we start the 4th. Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings them 3rd.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. The Redskins on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and get it with Geis. A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. First down, this is Geis. Room here to run. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They're just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do. Late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they load him up.
And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Preston Brown in there to get him, his second sack now of the afternoon. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
Now Allen off the play fake. He's going to let this one go deep. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Wilkins. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They run. This is Cohen. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down to the backfield. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll hand it now to Geis. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time. They got points, so while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And the Bills getting set to go. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Monte Nicholson picks it, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. To throw is Bridgewater. He's got Thompson here, complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. 10 yards is the pickup there, and that should just about put a bow on this one. Throwing here, Bridgewater. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 18. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy, because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Allen. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Ryan Kerrigan in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Allen off the play fake. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 14. From the gun, it's Allen. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is, because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So for the Redskins, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they'll return home next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they'll drop to 10-4 on the year. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
man. Sounds like I seats in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, yeah. You from the back of the. I got a girl, Brad. Yeah. She go to battle.